Hello, my friends. It's Mrs. Collins from the Ipswich Public Library, and I am going to share some of our new nonfiction titles with you. When I'm done with this, I'm going to remind you what you need to do to request these. You can just request them by calling us. You can request them by going onto our website, and then we'll have the books all ready for you. You just walk through the door and pick them up. So I started with some stuff that I know you're going to love. This is the Minecrafter Architect, the Builder's book. It says beginner to advanced. There's lots of illustrations, and it shows you how to build out like walls and fences and windows and all the things that are important to you Minecrafters. Become a master builder of structures, it says. This book already went out the door, so I took a picture of it. This is Coding for Minecrafters. Learn coding through Minecraft design. You can learn how to include music and animation gaming. It says for ages 8 to 12. It's not an official Microsoft book, but it looks like it has a lot of interesting things in there that might be a little helpful to you if you would like to try some coding along with playing Minecraft. Did you get a Nintendo Switch for Christmas? Or your birthday? Here's a gaming guide. It has game reviews, and it even has tips and cheats. It talks about over 75 games inside. For example, Monopoly. Are you a Pokemon fan? A lot of people are. These are biographies of all your Pokemon favorites. I'm going to look for one that I can pronounce, maybe. Oh, look, there's one I can pronounce. There's Drew and Harley on these pages. So, if you're tired of video games, maybe your family would like to learn some super fun family card games. Tired of the technology? Here's 75 fun card games for all ages and all different numbers of players. You could play Crazy Eights or Solitaire, or Rummy, all sorts of things. And it has a great guide. Shows how you lay the cards out and pick them up. Superhero fans, here is the DC Guide, Ultimate Character Guide, the new edition of it. It just came out this year. It's the A to Z guide for all your favorite DC characters. The good guys and the bad guys and the guys and the girls. There's Lex Luthor and Livewire. Find out all about them. This isn't actually a nonfiction book, but it looks kind of fun. 5-minute Spider-Man stories. It says, join him as he protects the streets of New York from mischievous villains. There's some other superheroes in here too. Iron Man, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, and Black Widow. Ideal stories for reading aloud in just 5 minutes. Look. Da-da-da. Math and science. Huh. We have a lot of great books. People are thinking all the time of ways to share new ideas with you. This book is called The Times Machine. Grown-ups will know Danica McKellar was on The Wonder Years many years ago. She's written all kinds of math books, some picture books. She wrote another one called Do Not Open This Math Book. But this book was made specifically to introduce a new and fun way to memorize multiplication facts. It's written for grown-ups too, if you're trying to help somebody learn those multiplication facts. Sort of a introduction to science vocabulary. There's all kinds of science terms and STEM concepts displayed in this book, and it says it's for pre-readers and early readers. Let's see what we might look up. Oh, look. Physics, playground forces. And if you need to know something about just about everything about science, who would you talk to? I know you would talk to Bill Nye, right? This is the Bill Nye's Great Big World of Science. Are we running out of water? Do aliens exist? How does gravity work? What's the big deal with greenhouse gases? Why, oh why, is my phone's battery dying now? Oh, find out those answers. Zoology, astrobiologists, they are alien hunters. Climate change, solar systems, all in here with our friend Bill Nye. You know that the Ipswich Public Library owns the entire collection of Bill Nye videos. This one might be especially pertinent now, right? Germs, like we need to learn about germs, right? Perfect. They're all about 30 minutes long. Very, very interesting and perfect for, I would say, grades 3 and up usually, but some of the younger kids might like them too. Ha. Here's the deep dive into the periodic table. This is a really, really beautiful book that explains the periodic table. You've often seen this on people's t-shirts, right? I'm going to show you the picture. There's a lot of very smart people that know all these elements. But I like this book. It has a very interesting explanation at the front. It says, once you learn that it takes more elements to build a smartphone than it does to build a human, you'll never look at the things around you in the same way again. It's an awesome book. This is how carbon is explained. Oh, but a lot of you really, this is your favorite thing. My Book of Dinosaurs and Prehistoric Life. This talks about prehistoric plants, animals, and dinosaurs. But my favorite thing about this book is it tells you how to pronounce the dinosaurs' names. That's what I'm not very good at. Like sauropods. What do we have next? Nature. This is brand new, just through the door here. It's called What's Inside a Flower. You know, spring will come. Everything you need to know about the flowers that will appear are in this book. Beautifully, beautifully illustrated. Look, oh, beautiful. Lots to learn. Look at this book. The Bird Atlas. It's a pictorial guide, birds and their habitats, birds on different continents and different countries. It says you can find out why flamingos are pink and which birds can sprint faster than a horse and why vultures are bald. Beautiful book. Here's a really, really cool book. It's called Crossings. It says Extraordinary Structures for Extraordinary Animals. And I'm going to read the flap on this book because it really explains very well, but I'll hold it so you can see. All over the world, people are building over, under, across, and through the places where wild animals live, and the animals are losing their homes. But now, all over the world, People are also building wildlife crossings that help the animals safely travel over, under, across, and through the busy roadways that people have built. And these crossings are working. I set aside this page. A koala saunters through a tunnel along a ledge below an Australian road. Look, every once in a while they take a great book and they update it and make it more modern and update the information and make sure everything's true. Here in Ipswich, we have somebody who's like a butterfly specialist, I think. We'll have to tell her about this book. Gail Gibbons, she writes a lot of science books for kids. Look at this beautiful book. Hello, Earth, Poems to Our Planet. Hello, Earth, it's your children, some of your children, the human ones. We have been studying you, Earth, but we long to learn more. We want to ask you a few questions. We want to tell you our dreams and wishes. Can you hear us, Earth? Here are some new animal books that we got. We got this series about Arctic animals. This is the Arctic fox. There's a book about the Arctic hare, a narwhal, a caribou, and another beautiful book about the snowy owl. Here's some new books. Here's a new book about underground animals. You know, like worms and prairie dogs and moles and groundhogs and foxes. This new series of books has a QR code inside. So when the grown-ups in your life have phones, they can just click on this and get even more information. Look how cute this prairie dog is. In that same sort of series, there's a book about the planets. This has QR codes in it too. Earth, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, Venus, and look, the beautiful Saturn. "50 Things to See with a Telescope, a beginner's guide to the night sky." Do you know that you can borrow a telescope from the Ipswich Public Library? Yeah, call us and find out about it. The Mysteries of the Universe. Journey from Earth to the outer reaches of the universe, encountering peculiar planets, distant stars, and intricate galaxies along the way. This collection reveals the secrets behind more than 100 celestial objects, featuring astounding facts and exciting new scientific discoveries, like supernovas and nebulas. So, another part of nonfiction is biographies. It's Black History Month. I'm going to show you some excellent biographies that we have. Now, a lot of them are in chapter book form. There was a grown-up book written with this title. It was called Never Caught: The Story of Ona Judge. And she was a slave who ran away from George and Martha Washington and is famous because of it. This is a children's version of what was the original grown-up book. Hank Aaron died this week. The other thing that we have other than these beautiful chapter books are beautiful, beautiful picture books, biographies. I want you to come and take them out. If you have a biography project and you're older and you think you just need a chapter book, it's not true. You can learn so much from some of these other books. I always say, take one of each, a chapter book and a picture book. She Persisted. Chelsea Clinton has written a whole series of these books now. This was the very original one. This is She Persisted, 13 American Women Who Changed the World. Her newest book is in an easier chapter book form, and it's about Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman said, "I should fight for my liberty as long as my strength lasted." And I think for younger readers who are interested in trying out some biographies, there's still some illustrations in here. This would be a great choice. Here's another great picture book. It's about a man who was a trash man, and he started a library from books that he saved from the trash. Because librarians like people like that. This is a brand new book from a new series called VIP, Very Important People. And this man, Lewis Latimer, actually worked at Edison Electric Light Company. And he did all sorts of great things. He was an inventor who did things above and beyond just electric lights. Again, still some illustrations in there, written so that you can read it pretty easily. Or if you want to go a little deeper, how about A Spaceman, a true story of a young boy's journey to becoming an astronaut. This is also a young reader's edition. There was a book written for adults, and then they turned it around and made it into a book for kids. And listen, there's a quote on the back from Bill Nye. "Inspired by moonwalkers, Mike grew up, became an astronaut, and fixed the Hubble Space Telescope, all while remaining some kind of humble. You can't help but follow him from Long Island to the bottom of the spacewalk practice pool, then 350 miles up and back. He's a spaceman through and through, and he tells how hard work can take you out of this world." Sometimes there are books that are chapter books, and you can get more information in a picture book. This book is called The Missing, The True Story of My Family in World War II. Michael Rosen was born in England, and he was told about his great aunts and uncles who lived in Poland and France at the beginning of the war. So he researched just what happened to them. Here's one of those magic picture books. History comes home in a deeply moving, exquisitely illustrated tale of a small house near Berlin that protected some families. Oh, we have Greta. She's saving the earth, right? And we have a lot of books in Little People, Big Dreams series. We have a lot of books, and who is, but look at the latest one is. Who is Kamala Harris? Need to know more about her? Here you go. And Scholastic does a lot of books that kind of hold together all the different things and different people that happen in any given year. Sometimes they're gaming books. Sometimes they're just general knowledge books. And this one is the Book of Presidents 2020, and it even includes number 46, Joe Biden. There he is right on the cover. And last but not least, if you just like facts, here's the 2021 World Records book from Scholastic. And really any silly facts that you need to know about things in popular culture, you'll find in this book. Let me see. Oh, look, it talks about the first professional baseball game. Some of the things I can't even pronounce. So listen, this is just a taste of some of the newest things that we have in. And of course, the collection for nonfiction is pretty healthy here. When you get an assignment for school that says you have to do a nonfiction book, and you come in and you say, oh, I have to do a nonfiction book, we'll say, well, what do you like? Because the best thing about nonfiction is that you can find something that you really are interested in studying. And guess what? We can help you do that. So like I said, you can go to www.ipswichlibrary.org. In the upper right-hand corner, click on catalog, and you can put a subject in or a book title in, see if it's here, boom, request it. You need your library card number for that, so if you need that, you can call us. Or you can just call us. Call the Children's Room, 978-412-8713, and we will put some books aside for you. Or you can just email me, lcollins@ipswichlibrary.org, and I'd be happy to do the same thing that way. So, you can't come see us right now, but we're getting a lot of awesome books in all the time. Just give us a call, or go online, or send me an email, and we'll be happy to help you find some new things.